Welcome back to CTV Morning Live and our Healthy Living segment. Always joining us, Steve Brown, the president of the Family Physiotherapy Centre. Today's subject is actually sleep apnea. So with him, he's brought Sebastien Tessier, who's a student respiratory therapist, as well as Denis Monette, who is also a patient with Sebastien and some of the things that we've seen and that are helping him as well. So I'm coming to you first because this is probably something that you see with a lot of your clients coming in. They've got aches and pains and everything else, but then you overlook everything and they're lacking sleep.
That's right. Very important in terms of how much sleep our patients get. So it's one of the questions that physiotherapists will ask all the time. We want to make sure that they're getting enough rest so that they're actually able to heal themselves. Okay. So it's very common, but it's very important. It's very important.
And so people are desperate, probably, Sebastien, right, to get a good night's sleep. And oftentimes
the people that come in, they're restless, right? So they're tired. They don't know why. A lot of them, their spouses will notice it because they'll actually stop breathing. They'll stop breathing during the middle of the night. So with Denis, like, he probably noticed that he was tired. He's getting up in the day, getting sleepy. Were you like, what did you?
Well, that's it. You're sleepy. You don't know why. You don't think right because you're just not there. Then you don't know what it is.
You were saying about 50% of your night
was awake.
You were awake.
I was awake 50% of the night.
And this affects
without knowing,
Without knowing that you were actually you weren't asleep.
That's right.
And this affects everything, down to decision making, down to your energy level, everything.
And it's so important because when you sleep, you fall into there's three phases. Like you fall asleep, there's a light phase, and there's a deep phase. The deep phase is where you really get that energy and really recoup from the long day that you've had. When you fall into that deep phase, though, you fall into like a state of paralysis. What happens is all the soft tissues in the back of your throat will relax as well, causing the obstruction. So with that, you stop breathing. You'll still try to breathe, you'll stop breathing. And what will happen is they'll do like an overdrive, break you out of that deep sleep, and then you'll go back to your light phase of sleep before you fall back. And it's just going to be, it's like going a Ferris wheel, just going around and around. You never get to sit at the bottom phase.
And people are desperate to get off of that Ferris wheel, though. So what can people do? And in the cases like Denis, what happened?
So with Denis, what he did is he obviously went to see his doctor. He got diagnosed. So afterwards, he started the therapy. And what's important with the therapy is you have to use it every night. Like your medication, your prescription, physio, you got to do your exercise. You got to do it every night to see results. You can lose weight. You can do a lot of things. Just living living in a healthy lifestyle make it a big difference to.
So what has it done for you? I mean, having to do it every night, but you've maintained it. You're talking a couple of years now. Is that right?
8 years.
8 years.
8 years. The first couple, it takes a while before you get used to it. You sleep with a mask on, but the result of it is so great that now I just need it.
You can't go to sleep without it.
I can't go to sleep without it. If I go travel, whatever I do, I bring it with me. I just know if I don't use it, I know I'll be tired.
When did you start to see changes once you started to use the machine or to get some help?
The change, it took about maybe 6 months before I started to notice the change, because what happens at the beginning, you don't wear it all night. You take it off without knowing. Then after a while, you start realizing that you need it, and you keep it on, and then my wife says, "Oh, you've got better humor today," or stuff like that.
Your personality's back.
Starting and everything else. So I said, "Oh well, that's what it was."
What questions should someone then be asking themselves then for patients that you see coming in, or the people that are first doing these studies or coming in to say, "I need help"? What should the questions be that they're asking themselves to know that they might want to check into this?
So there's actual, like when you go to the hospital to get tested, there's an actual test. So it's called the Epworth Sleepiness Scale, and what it is, just a general set of questions. How much, like, do you fall asleep driving at the wheel? Do you fall asleep in just a general conversation? And it just adds up points to see if you're more tempted to fall asleep during the day. That sort of determines the severity of how tired you are, and if you should seek medical, see your doctor.
So your patients, don't be surprised when you ask those kinds of questions right off the bat as to whether you're getting sleep. This is important.
Very important, yeah. We'll ask in terms of seeing what symptoms they have, in terms of their tiredness and what have you, so.
Interesting topic. All right, information listed at the bottom of your screen in terms of getting in touch with Steve and some of their the 10 different facilities they have throughout the city, and also getting more information on the clinics. I'm glad you're sleeping. Now your sense of humor is back. All right, we do have to take a short commercial break. We'll be back with plenty more here on CTV Morning Live.